a main power wire to the amplifier.
Dude, like, I'm like,
that is bad to the bone.
I don't get weird about many things, but like, that is
That's big.
That's freaking sick, brother. I mean, oh my God.
I'm telling you, man, like, it gives me
Dude,
cold
I
chills
mean, I'm
looking at
just, like, I'm not trying to blow your head up, but like, this is like flipping unbelievable. Oh my God! I'm glad I paid you. I would have paid more if you said it.
Well, shoot, we can take more money if you want. I mean.
I'm gonna tell you something. I mean, I've had a lot of cool stuff, and I have never ever had anything like have me at I don't know what ever. This thing is sick, dude. I can't wait to send this to my insurance agent. They were like, so explain this to me. And I was like, well, I can't, but
Yeah.
like I knew it was gonna be cool, but I had no idea it was gonna be like this next level. And the thing is, I've had a lot of cool stuff, like for real, like really, you know. Oh my God, dude! Like I'm flipping speechless.
What's up, everybody? This is Jake Berkey from Busted Knuckle Off Road, and I want to share with you our number 2 buggy to come off our production line. Now, this buggy is specifically designed to be a buggy that you can take out, you can four-wheel, and you can beat the living crap out of, and it's not going to break. We also designed this buggy so that you had the option to buy parts and not have to wait for them. So the production line is a great starting point for anybody who's wanting a buggy, and the best part about it is it's way cheaper than a custom buggy. It's upgradable so you can have that custom feel without having to spend all that extra money. This particular customer ended up going with a couple of different really key upgrades. He decided to go with rear steer, which in my opinion is one of the best upgrades because it increases the maneuverability of this buggy tenfold. He went with a level 2 suspension package. The level 2 suspension package comes with 3-tube bypass shocks and then your standard coil carriers all the way around. He opted for a couple other upgrades, which includes the rock light package. And the rock lights are really cool because whenever you're out four-wheeling, you hit a button, everything glows around you and you can see what you're doing. He opted for the heated seats. The heated seat option is really awesome, especially on those really, really cold days. You hit that button and it'll send cold chills up and down your spine because everything around you starts getting warm. He's got a custom couple other things in this buggy, like the wheels and tires that he chose. So we've got these KMC wheels wrapped on these USD 40-inch stickies. It's an awesome combination, and they absolutely look killer whenever this thing is driving around. Another big upgrade that he wanted was an engine package. Now, we knew that this guy needed some big horsepower because he comes from big horsepower. All of his vehicles are upgraded with something that's way above stock. Our stock engine is a 550 horsepower LS3, but that wasn't going to do it for him. Our next step up was a 408 stroker, but that still wasn't enough power. He went for the 427 stroker, and that is an awesome package for this buggy. It's a lightweight engine. It's still an aluminum block, so it keeps a lot of the weight down and has plenty of power. The transmission is a TH400. It's built for 850 horsepower, meaning that you can basically whoop this thing as hard as you want to, and you never have to worry about the transmission letting you down. Coupled to that, we went with the Atlas Pro Series transfer case. Now, we don't sell any of the regular Atlas transfer cases in our production bouncers. They all come with the Pro Series, but you can also go with an SCS transfer case. The SCS has a single speed where the Atlas transfer case has a 2-speed. He went with the Atlas so that he had a high range and a low range so that he could run around on the roads down in Daytona, Florida. Coupled to that, we have single piece drive shafts front and rear. They're 1410 drive shafts, and the length on them is the same, so you can carry one spare drive shaft for front and rear just in case you were to break one, which the likelihood is very, very low because these are our heavy-duty drive shafts with 1/4-inch wall. Now, on the axle end of things, I know we talked about it being a rear steer, but I want to talk about specifically the axles. These are 40 spline 14 bolts, and that's what comes factory on all of our production models. We don't offer a 35 spline, it's 40 spline directly straight up. Then we go to a 1550 joint. We're no longer running the 1480 stuff, which is normal in your stock Dana 60s and stuff. We have an inner C and outer knuckle package from Reed Racing, and then our high steer arms are keyed, and we actually have a high steer arm that is keyed to go in top of the knuckle so that you don't have to worry about shearing your bolts off or anything like that. Coupled to that, we have unit bearing set up that allows you to run gigantic axle shafts all the way through, so we have 40 spline from the inner all the way to the outer, and then our drive slug kit. And we know from experience that this is going to be a combination that is extremely hard to beat. These production models come with a whole bunch of really awesome creature comforts that you just don't see in a lot of other bouncers. We've got cup holders in this thing. That's like our #1 cool factor, you know. Not a lot of bouncers have those cup holders. It's got adjustable seats, which is just super cool because if you had another member of your family, like a daughter or a son or something, or a wife that wants to drive this thing, you can adjust the seats forward and backwards. The gas pedal and the brake pedal are both adjustable, and we have a tilt steering column in this thing. The tilt steering column allows you to just pull a pin, pull the steering column up. You can get in, get out. If you like your steering a little bit taller, a little bit farther down, we can easily do that with these buggies because it's just a click of a button and everything moves. You've got a speedometer built right into the gauge cluster. You've got a fuel gauge built right into the gauge cluster. And these are all things that we just don't really see a lot of, and we knew that we wanted to have in our production bouncers. I think my favorite part about this buggy is that it is blacked out with just the right amount of accent color to make it just look so classy. These trail bouncers are specifically designed for trail riding. We've got a whole bunch of storage back here in the back. It allows you to run a cooler back there, allows you to put a bunch of tools back there. It's got full belly skid plates from one side to the other, boat-sided, so whenever you're out four-wheeling and you land on the rock, it's just gonna slide off nice and easy. And the best part is that they have full exhaust, so you're not out there going deaf trying to rock bounce. It's got the perfect amount of sound so everybody knows that you have a really aggressive engine, but you can still have a conversation with your passenger. I want to talk to you all about our custom rear steer option. So the great part about this option is that, first of all, you get this awesome pistol grip and it's full self-center. And you can actually interrupt that self-centering by pulling this button. So if you want to go left, you hit left. If you want to go right, you hit right. And if you want to hold that position, all you have to do is pull that trigger. The awesome part about our production buggies is they come with all of the brackets for rear steer. So if you buy one that doesn't have rear steer and then you want to upgrade in the future, all you have to do is give us a call and we send you the joystick, we send you the electric rear steer, we send you the axle with all the parts on it and the steering lines, and in an afternoon you can go from a straight axle to a rear steer. We wanted to make sure that everybody had taillights in their buggy, so our production models come with taillights. Now, obviously they're taillights, and whenever you hit the brakes, they're gonna get brighter, but another thing that we did was we went ahead and wired these for turn signals. So if you live in one of those states where, you know, the rules are kind of gray about UTVs on the road, you're one step ahead about getting this thing on the street. This is our trail storage rack, and this thing is awesome. It's got a whole bunch of really cool features in it. First of all, it's sexy. It sits over the top of the fuel cell. We've got these really awesome dimple dyed spots all over it. And as you can see, it's got these 4 pads that are raised. And these 4 pads are designed so if you set your cooler in here, it keeps it up off of this surface and keeps it from getting scratched. And then right here where the cooler is, you can put a strap right through this hole down to these tie points that we've conveniently located right here on the sides. This is a necessary thing for anybody who's trail riding. If you're going out 4-wheeling, you need to have a place to strap a bunch of gear down. We've got another section down here for you to put a soft cooler if you wanted to do that, or a tool bag. But regardless of the situation, this is an awesome place to put all of your stuff. And if you look right here, we've got these bolts. You can take these bolts out, you can pull this whole entire thing out if you wanted to lose some weight and you wanted to go racing or something like that, or it gives you an awesome place to build off of for like spare tire carriers and stuff like that. So this is a really cool modular system, and with these bolts, pop them out, you can change the whole look of this thing. If you want to go trail riding, you've got an awesome basket. Other guys are building bouncers that are just subpar in our opinion. We only produce bouncers that are top notch. Our base model and every model that we offer comes with trailing arms. This buggy right here has 25 inches of travel in the rear, allowing this buggy to have amazing suspension through the roughest terrains. You won't believe the ride quality of one of our rock bouncers. If you're in the market for one of these bouncers, give me a call and we'll schedule for a test ride. Hell yes. Oh no.
Oh.
That was close.
I didn't do it. And I was like, dude,
it was close.
There's a good snack. Okay, I think.
I'll be honest with you, he's got bigger balls than I do. So I was hitting this jump about as hard as I could. There's not much runway and it's really muddy, so you gotta like dodge a puddle right before the jump kind of out there. And I told Matt I didn't think he'd get as much air as I did, so he's gonna see if he can outdo me. Man, I'm really impressed with this buggy. You know, I've driven a whole bunch of them in my days, and this one just feels right. You know, you can tell when one's right and one's wrong, and it's just smooth. I mean, you're going over obstacles, and the suspension feels right, and it's taking stuff and eating it alive, and I can't be more happy with this thing, man. I'm super impressed. so much fun.
You nailed it on the wheel speed.
Yeah.
I didn't want to hit it too fast because it's so steep and I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't want to wind up upside down.
What you're going to run into is that you got so much power, you got to calm the motor down a little bit. So go into a higher gear, when it gets that traction, it'll bog just a hair.
Right.
And it'll actually gain that traction. If you're in too low of a gear and you hit that thing, when it goes to get traction, it just spins the tires. It's like... I mean, it's just a fudge, but it's there. Whoa, buddy.
Turn.
Woo, son.
Turn.
That's so sick.